surprisingly enough, Momonga's actually a lot more of an insecure leader than we thought. We knew he already had these insecurities when he first started trying to legitimately rule over them as an adequate leader and all that, but to find out that he still has these and they've somewhat grown kind of makes him go back from being the Lich King, the heartless Lich King, to actually remembering and reminding us that he is still a human on the inside. Like, we know he's changed physically and mentally, but he was still a human, so he still has those insecurities. In this episode, episode 11 of Overlord, we come to find out that the mind control on Shaltear is irreversible unless they have a weapon that's stronger or an item that is of god tier or something higher than world tier items and everything, which is like the Staff of Nazareth. And to put it in comparison, someone used a world tier item to put her under mind control. That's why it worked against her undead immune kind of thing against mind control and all that. We already got that question answered. So someone had a world tier item, and they might be using Shaltear as bait to lure out Momonga and fight him. But as it stands, Momonga even tried to use a world tier item that could grant wishes and all that to reverse the effects. Couldn't do it. So Momonga flipped out, and we come to find out that it's not reversible, and this pisses him off because he was foolish enough not to think that there might be world tier items in this world that could have come from Yggdrasil or be entirely unique to this world as well. So it pissed him off, and he goes into his treasury with Albedo and the second command battle maid and all that. They go into the treasuries, and they go into a mausoleum where his own NPC created, Pandora actor, who apparently can transform to look like people, and he's dressed in military garb and salutes and all that, and thinking back, Momonga now thinks he's lame and all that. He thinks his outfit's still pretty cool, but the way he acts is lame. I kind of agree, but his face, Pandora actor's face, creeps me the fuck out. So Momonga goes into the mausoleum and goes further in. He's going to take out several world-class items and give them to his NPCs to wield. He's not going to wield those world-class items. He's going to fight Shaltear one-on-one, because out of all the Guardians there, apparently Momonga's the only one, even Albedo can't, but Momonga's the only one who can beat Shaltear in a one-on-one fight. So that says something about her strength. And he even says he doesn't know if he'll come back from that, because she's insanely strong, as we saw. In her berserk vampire mode, she was insanely fucking strong, slaughtering the masses and all that. And she was only stopped because she got put onto a world tier hypnosis or mind control kind of thing. So Momonga gives 3 reasons why he wants to be the one who wants to fight Shaltear, and why he's kind of staying silent about when Albedo started begging him, make sure he never put a statue in there for him. Because in the mausoleum, he has statues of the previous Supreme Creators and all that, since they technically perished, or they turned in all their gear to Momonga. He made a mausoleum for them, and it's not exactly wrong to call them perished. So he plans on putting a statue in there, and he told that himself, Albedo, of himself and everything. And Albedo starts begging him not to ever leave him, to rule over her, but he silences her because he doesn't know if he'll come back from this fight. He doesn't know if he's an adequate ruler. So there's that. He gives the 3 reasons. 1, he doesn't think that he's an adequate ruler. If he didn't think of world tier items, but he thought of adventurers and other stuff like that and abilities, then he thought he was foolish. 2nd, there might be enemies that are trying to lure him out. So if he appears alone, that might hold them off for a bit, thinking he could have hidden allies elsewhere. So there's that. And 3, he doesn't think Albedo can beat Shaltear. Shaltear is supremely strong, but Albedo, even though she's the strongest of the Guardians, she still can't beat Shaltear. That says something. Shaltear has some special abilities. She's a strong holy magic caster against the undead, so that's going to put Momonga at a disadvantage, but he has aces up his sleeves. He's not going to bear hug her to death like he did with Clementine, but we know Momonga, and he strategizes, he does all this stuff, so he has something up his sleeve. So he wants to fight her, and then he even plans on killing her, which is sad, because I actually like Shaltear, except for her Berserk Vampire mode. And if he actually does go through with killing her, and because there's probably no way to reverse the mind control, you'd need, like, a god tier item or something. So, we're going to say goodbye-bye to Shaltear, but that's going to be the end battle, Shaltear versus Momonga, and I'm actually very, very hyped up for this, because this one's going to give Momonga a run for his money. Although he has a lot of strength and all that, he's still going to struggle a lot more against Shaltear instead of Clementine or ogres or trolls or anyone else. They even called in Momonga or Momon, the adventurer, who's Mithril Plate now, to go and slay all the Mithril Plates, which is only like 5. And they called them all in to go and hunt the vampire Shaltear. And this tells Momonga where she is. But you can sense there's tension between Momonga and one of the adventurers who's a Mithril Plate. He doesn't like how quickly Momonga became a Mithril Plate. So Momonga said he would do it alone. He came up with an excuse that he's been hunting this vampire a very long time, and that she's supremely strong and all that. And one of the adventurers wanted to go along, the one that did not like Momonga, and he said, "You will die." And come to find out, Momonga slaughters that guy's comrades, and then ties up that guy, and Mare beats the guy to death with her staff. So he wasn't wrong. The guy died. It's just Momonga killed him. He didn't want anyone outside of his group to know about Shaltear and all that to accompany. He was even granted a promise that if he slays Shaltear, he'll become a higher level and all that. I think it's like he wanted the level that's right below Adamantite, or Krillium, I believe. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. But Overlord, goddamn, episode 11. Good thing it's 13 episodes instead of 12, because we got some more goodness coming along. World class items, they can be bitches. Taking away Shaltear. Alberto's still best girl though. Be sure to leave a like, comment, or subscribe for more reviews, reactions, vlogs, talks as usual. This is Outowix Nation here, my lovely community, citizens and civilians. I'll see you guys in the next review. So, have a good day, watch lots of anime, read lots of manga. Be sure to check out the links in the description where you can go and follow me on Twitter. I highly recommend you go do so. You can go and add me on Facebook. I highly recommend you go do so. And you can go check out episode 11 of Overlord. I'm so glad there's 13 episodes. So, yeah, bye-bye.